Hello there everybody, Citrus Aviation here with yet another video, and today we have Aviation News This Week, episode 61. I've been very glad to be having this series and how successful it's been overall, and we have a lot of great news for you guys today, and we're going to start off with some pictures from you guys. So Aviation 18 has submitted some pictures for today's episode. This is in relation to a couple videos that he posted. As you're seeing here, these are some pictures of some stored aircraft at London Heathrow, and we'll go through all these pictures. They are at different airports and such, and I'll give you some information on them. But if you want the full information on these pictures, he has two videos that he did on the retired British Airways 747 fleet, and that will be linked below in the description. Go check it out. Essentially, it's a shout out for this video, so go check them out. Go check out the videos. They're very good, and I think you'll really like them. So check out the videos in the description, and if you want to submit your own pictures, send me your pictures at aviationnewstoday8@gmail.com. The email link will be in the description as well, or on my about page. So with that being said, with all that stuff out of the way, let's get started the episode. So here we have some pictures of some BA 747s at London Heathrow. These are being stored and they're going to be permanently retired, which is most unfortunate. But they're not just 747s stored here at Heathrow Airport. You can see there's also a 777-200, as those aircraft looks like they will be retired now too. I think I'll do a feature on that next week. But yeah, for now, we're just covering the pictures here that were taken. These were taken a little while ago, maybe about 2 weeks or so ago, from the time this video is going up on Monday, the last day of August. But yeah, it's really interesting to see this. This picture here shows the exact window that Aviation 18 flew on his last 747 flight. And that's really cool. I think it's so cool that he remembered the window he was in front of and he took pictures of it. But also, the Negus 747 was at London Heathrow. That's where it is being stored. And it's a really cool livery. It's so unfortunate these aircraft did not last very long, British Airways, because they decided to retire them because of the pandemic, which is really unfortunate. So, now we're moving on to some images at Cardiff Airport. And these are some 747s, where you can see they're being stored here for eventual retirement as well. And interesting enough, you can see the other two 747 retros that they had, the Landor and the BOAC retro over here. They also had a British East Midlands airline or something like that, and that was painted on A319. So most likely that livery will return to SARS, but the 747s sadly will not. So we have some more pictures here of aircraft at Cardiff. Lots of BA 747s. And there's some interesting pictures here that I want to get to. And I'm just scrolling through some of the pictures now that you're seeing. But the one really cool thing about the 747s is this really nifty nose shot here, where you can see a close-up of the nose of the BA 747. It's really interesting that the aircraft has like these little things that extend out the front. I believe those are pitot tubes. But also another thing I never knew about the BA 747s is that they are slightly tannish color below the cockpit there. And I believe that is an anti-reflective paint so as to keep the pilots from being blinded when they're flying the aircraft. So I just thought I'd show that because this pic from Aviation 18 is really cool because it shows that anti-reflective. So the pitot tubes, you can see the windshield wipers very clearly, and I believe those little two pieces sticking out just below the windshield, those are windshield sprayers. They spray liquid onto the windshield and then the wipers can wipe with that. But anyway, that's really cool. And I never really knew they had that little tan spot on the front to as an anti-reflective until I looked closely. You can also see the parcel registration is written just above the windshield. A lot of airlines do this, and I think that's really cool, and they put the parcel registration up there. So yeah, I think it's really interesting to see the different parts of aircraft and kind of see parts of an aircraft or take a closer look at a part of an aircraft that I really would have never noticed before. So I thought I'd point that out. Next up, we move over to Kemble Airport to show some interesting pictures here. And here we have a bunch of 747s, including some Saudia 747s, KLM 747s, Crossair 747s. I believe there are 2 of them on the ramp when Aviation 18 visited. So some interesting stuff there. Just a lot of interesting aircraft that just get stored and eventually broken up here. Here is a Plus Ultra A340. This was initially operated by Singapore Airlines, and then a Plus Ultra got them. And then here is a JT something AR 737. This appears to be a 737 300, I believe. Maybe a 500. It's definitely a 737 Classic. Here's an old 727. It appears to have last been used as a private jet of some kind. There are several 757s, including this Jet 2 Holiday 757 in the old livery. And then here's a Jet 2 757 in the silver livery. Actually, this is the old livery. The silver livery is the old livery, and the blue livery that we saw before is the current livery. So yeah, some very interesting things there. And what other good Campbell pictures did he send? I'm just going to have them going up on the screen as you're seeing them. But yeah, after that, we move on to St. Athens. This is another place where aircraft go to die. Here you can see several of the BA 777s. These are the very first BA 777s to be sent for scrapping, as well as some 747s are over here as well. And there was another interesting one that I really wanted to sell. Let's see if I can find that one. Alright, over here is the interesting one I thought was interesting. This is a Gulf Air A330, I believe the Dash 200. And this one was painted in the F1 Grand Prix livery, because in the country of origin where Gulf Air has their headquarters, they often have several, they have a yearly F1 Grand Prix that's hosted there, and so they were advertising that on this Gulf Air A330. This is also the old Gulf Air livery before their recent rebranding, and as you can tell, the current rebranding is way better than this one. I mean, this livery isn't terrible, it's just boring and uninteresting. So I really do like the new Gulf Air branding over this older branding. And yeah, this is a show of the classic older Gulf Air as they've now modernized into the new Gulf Air. So I'm really looking forward to where that airline is heading. And yeah, I just thought this picture was very interesting. So thank you to Aviation 18 for those really interesting images. And obviously, if you want to send in an image, please email me at aviationnewstoday8@gmail.com. Submit your pictures, and I'll get back to you with a screener's note on those images. So, fleet news. There are some interesting new aircraft that appeared. First off, we have this interesting here. This is an FA-18C Hornet by the United States Marines. This aircraft is stationed at Fort Worth, Texas, and wears the registration of 163702. And this aircraft actually was painted on the 17th of June 2020, probably for the 2020 4th of July holiday season. However, unfortunately, there weren't any air shows or anything with it. But this is a really cool livery, as you can see here. Obviously very patriotic and has the Texas flag on the air brake there. And that's just really cool livery. I really like this one. And I just saw it recently. I know this is a bit of old news that was painted on the 17th of June, but I think this is a really cool livery, particularly with the Texas flag on that basically giant lift spoiler speed brake there, and that's really cool. I like this livery. It's approved by your boy. So yeah, we'll go on to the next one. And you might remember that last week I covered the new Cargolux mask livery, and here it is. Better picture of it this time. Lima X-Ray Victor Charlie Foxtrot, and yeah, this is really cool livery. It's on 747-8R7FSCD by Cargolux. They often do a lot of really good special liveries, and I think this one's good too. Next up, there is a new airline. Yes, that is right. Pandemics are the ideal time to start up your new venture airline. So this is Gulliver Air, I believe, something like that's approximately how it's pronounced. I might be way off, but this is the new airline. They are going to be operating A330s and A320. This is an old A330-203, registered as Lima Zulu Oscar November Echo, yes, 1, LZ1. I think that's pretty cool. And it has the like little mask around the eyebrows there, which you've seen a lot of newer Airbus aircraft, so apparently they're just going to integrate that into the livery. It's a pretty simple livery overall, other than the cool eyebrow mask thing. It's kind of boring livery, but yeah, it's fine. I hope the airline the best in the future, and maybe they can come up with better livery next time. And then finally, we have the very first cargo Airbus A321. This is not clickbait, unlike a certain video I might have made about a month ago where I had the first cargo 787. In that case, that was not an actual 787 cargo, that was just 787 with the windows covered over because it was in storage. This is the actual first cargo Airbus A321. The aircraft currently wears the test registration of Delta-Alpha November Juliet Alpha, will be delivered to Australia for the cargo freight service of Qantas Freight, and they'll be operating for the Australian Post, as you can see there. This is a really cool aircraft. It's really cool to see that there will now be A321 cargos. It'll be interesting to see if any US airlines acquire these, like UPS or FedEx. But it's interesting to see that Qantas will be the very first to get these. No doubt they will be used in some unique operations because Australia is a very large, desertous, and mountainous, and rainforests. They have basically every climate on Earth there. So it's a really interesting continent where they have very unique aviation needs and operations. So it'll be really interesting to see how this aircraft get used. But yeah, that is it for the news for this week. Fairly short episode this week. And here's some pictures I got recently. The first one here is of the caterpillar you may remember that I featured on last week. Well, it finally got into a little cocoon on that wall that I showed you. And it's now in this little chrysalid state where it will cocoon up, and eventually in maybe about a week from now it'll burst out as a beautiful big monarch butterfly. So I just thought I'd give you an update on how that big thick boy caterpillar is doing. And yeah, however, I did go to the airport this week. Yeah, I finally made back to the airport, and I saw this aircraft, the Southwest 737-700 Classic. This video is going out on the 31st of August on a Monday. Tomorrow on the 1st of September, which will be a Tuesday, I'll be doing a video on how to edit your aviation pictures, and I'll be featuring this picture right here. So stay tuned for that if you want to know how to make your pictures amazing, get them on jet photos and such. And then on the following day, on Wednesday, will be the DSM Spine vlog, and then on Friday will be an airport update. So stay tuned for great videos this week. I also want to thank you so much, guys, for 700 subscribers. We made it, guys. We're at 700. I actually still have not recorded the interview yet for this 700 subscriber milestone, so I'll get to that this week, hopefully. I think you guys will like the guest that we have on this time. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thank you for watching, have a great rest of your day, and God bless you.